We begin, I just want to say I hope the coffee's kicking in. 'Cause if the coffee's percolating in that brain, the refrain will be, this is exciting. I'm here. We're going to church. We're going to church. We're going to the Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints. Wednesdays and Sundays has been the stuff of tradition, has been the tradition here in the South. The Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints is taking over Tuesday. I'll have more about that later. We are certainly taking over Tuesday in this studio. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Am I hearing correctly? You know, I have a direct link via St. Daniel of the Parking Lot regarding those who need convenient parking. Now, there is a person you know and I know who usually is also here following me in the studio, looking for scraps. Because we all know most people watch me, not necessarily me. I have to keep humble here. It is St. Daniel they've come for, and St. Daniel has told me that there's somebody looking for convenient parking and that he will make it possible as long as the prayer is said. Today, this person cannot just go S.P. lot because this person requires an extra dose of humility. So he must say, and it is a he, that is his pronoun, he must say, St. Daniel of the parking lot, help me find a parking spot. Is you is or is you not? St. Daniel of the parking lot. St. Daniel of the parking lot, help me find a parking spot. Is you is or is you not? St. Daniel of the parking lot. What's that, St. Daniel? It's stuck. It's stuck. There's some resistance to the petition. There's some punctuation not correct. What is it? The emphasis. Oh, the emphasis. This person out here, the person I will identify later, needs to be more sincere and less aggravated with the petition. Also, his position should be less stern and unwavering. I would just suggest, St. Daniel of the parking lot, help me find a parking spot. Is you is or is you not? St. Daniel of the parking lot. Parking spot is secure. Now I can say this. Joe Fingas, I'm glad you're feeling better. You left here in a huff, saying, never again will I set foot in this building when you, the not quite right Reverend Joseph Finga Smyth, is entering. When you are entering. I'm getting so confused right now with the transmission of your thoughts because they are chaotic and they do not. That's coming from Joe Fingers, the donut. He wants some donuts. He's been off of donuts lately, but they do not fuel the fire for your antagonism towards me. I respect you, But I do understand that you do not wish to be here when I am. Fine with me. Pick another day. Tuesday is the day of Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints, and I am the not quite Reverend Dr. Joseph Finga Smyth. I am here to bring to you the message of hope. Hope. Hope comes in the accomplishment of trivial tasks. Oh, one task I am not going to forget, our entrance song. Let me get it right. It's the whole purpose of this church to understand that even the smallest things can be affected by your relationship with the spirit world. I walk with spirits that guide my hand as we get near it, the promised land. My brothers, my sister, we are not alone. I walk with spirits that take me home. I walk with spirits, they have my ear. They speak, I hear it. The message clear. Don't cry for family. Don't cry for self. There's a world we know. There's something else. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I have a reading today from the letter of S. P. Lot, St. Daniel of the Parking Lot's letter to all denominations, to all religions, to all spiritual practices. Back in the day when St. Daniel walked this earth, he was limited in his knowledge of what other religions were all about. He had no time for religion. He had no time for debate. The one thing he knew to be his mission was to make up for lost time before it was too late. So, in the final stages of his life, when he was kept to a walker and a wheelchair because of debilitating illness, he did write this letter to all denominations, to all religions, to all spiritual practitioners. And this is how it goes. I'm going to read the whole text. It's a short letter. The Buddhists say life is suffering. I'm not Buddhist, but I agree, because all around me I see nothing but people's deep, dark misery. They say Muhammad roamed the desert, spreading the word given to him by God, showing how we'll all be measured. I think that's right, but my theology's flawed. My theology's flawed. My eyes are weak. I'm morbidly obese, and my sneakers squeak. Every time I walk across the cathedral floor, the deacon hollers, "Praise the Lord." The Hindus have the Bhagavad Gita. I can't pronounce it, but I think it's good. It makes our life a little sweeter, knowing God's also live in the neighborhood. I have nothing I can offer, no solution. I have no way, no grand finale, no showstopper. I turn on TV and I'm told to pray. My theology's flawed. My eyes are weak. I'm morbidly obese and my sneakers squeak every time I walk across the cathedral floor. The deacon hollers, "Praise the Lord." Now Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do to you," a phrase repeated by a million mothers and taught each week in Sunday school. The Buddhists say life is suffering. I'm not Buddhist, but I agree, because all around me I see nothing but people's deep, dark misery. That's a reading from, it's the entire reading actually, from a letter from St. Daniel of the Parking Lot to people of all faiths, all denominations, all religions, all spiritual practices, all non-spiritual practice. Doesn't matter. People who are just walking the face of this earth. That was his letter. I received a letter today. Well, it wasn't today. It was from the sermon the other day. And I know many of you have commented, we like the notebooks. We like the holy books. We like them much better than the phone. But I'm going to read this from the phone because that's where I found it. And that's where I've got to go. Unfortunately, sometimes you just have to make use of the technology that owns you. And I'm not going to make any bones about it. If it's a matter of finding my keys, or finding a parking spot, or finding my phone, I go with the phone every time. I'll pay $200 to get a new key. I'll drive around for a month finding a parking space. I'll walk 10 miles from where I parked to my destination. But I will not go 1 second without my phone. All right, here's the letter. Here's the letter that was written via smartphone to me as a result of my last sermon from one Josette Rhodes. So I love this man. She was talking about St. Daniel of the Parking Lot. And as far as the St. Daniel petition goes, the magic is real. So I had to comment to her. And I said, St. Daniel loves you back, and it's real as real can be. And Ms. Rhodes said, so real that my grandbabies can be heard telling people that their grandma always has a special spot whenever she goes to the store. The last time I had them and we went shopping, they asked where my spot will be this time. And I loved it. I told her I love it. And I asked, can I use this testimony on my next YouTube? And Ms. Josette Rhodes said, absolutely. 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 If it was Joe Fingas here, if it was St. Daniel here, for St. Daniel, I told you, he had problems during his life. He had no easy go of it. It was not easy street for him. It was not always convenient parking for him. It was not the parking spot he was concerned about for so many years. For so many years. And I forgot where I was going with this, but other than, absolutely. There was a time in St. Daniel's life, and probably today, I hear upstairs, he gets censured sometimes, letters of reprimand written by the big honcho, the big boss, the jefe, el jefe, la jefe, whatever. I don't know how they gender eyes up there. And I did not ask. It is not my position to ask. But I do know he gets letters of reprimand. And so Ms. Rose said, absolutely. And I think after I went into deep prayer mode and made contact with St. Daniel of the parking lot, of parking lot saints fame, when I made contact with him and I told him about this special letter, I think he said to himself, abso-effing-lutely. I said effing. He did not. He did not. So, it's not easy being a saint. It's not. I'm no saint, but I've been around a couple of saints. It's not easy being a saint. I've been around people who think they're saints, like just because Joe Fingas is the brother of St. Daniel of the parking lot, he thinks that it's rubbed off on him somehow, and he thinks that I should treat him like I treat his brother. I said, maybe when you leave this world, Joe Fingas, I will treat you that way, but not 1 minute sooner. Not 1 minute sooner. Now, other people have asked me, they've asked me this question, where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? Well, my answer to that question is wherever I need to go, wherever I need to take this show, wherever I need to put a toehold onto the folks who are not aware of the magic of accepting your trivial life and understanding that your trivial desires and your trivial goals matter just as much as Elon Musk going to Mars. It matters just that much to you, so it matters just that much to me, so it matters just that much to St. Daniel. That's his job. In his broom closet office up there beyond the clouds, his job is to help you find those things that make your life a little more comfortable. As you come home from your back-breaking job at Amazon.com, we all know how they treat their workers. I've heard about it on my phone. fact, sometimes I get so upset about it. I say, I'm never going to look at this phone again. I'm never going to Google anything. And uh-oh, I spilled something with my hands. I need to call for a towel, something to wipe it up with, please. And then in the meantime, I will continue this. I got so excited. See, I got so excited about that. I just went off of my feed for a minute because you guys matter just as much as anybody can matter. This person who is basically wiping up the coffee matters just as much. This is Sean Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Not only does he do this fantastic job on my sound and on my video, he understands the purpose of this mission, of this preaching session, of this sermon. He understands and he does his duty, and I appreciate it. I'm not going to sit up here like some big shot with his phallic symbol rocket, ready to go off somewhere and thank the little man for wiping up his spilled coffee. That's not me. We all know where who we're talking about. To the moon, Bezos, to the moon. Just make sure I can get the books I want on Kindle. That's all. I gotta use them. It's a base necessity. I was at Walmart last night buying dog food. I got to go there. It's the cheapest dog food for my 2 dogs. But let me give a genuine round of applause for Sean Williams and all that he does. I'm glad that he had some respite last week, a little break from the arduous job of being there for everybody. And now by the St. Daniel, that's how he feeds his soul. He is, and that's all he is anymore, I think, is soul. He's always had soul, but now he is soul. He is soul. This is St. Daniel, the parking lot. Soul man. Soul man and the man. The man, well, I don't know if he calls himself a man now. The spirit that can help you claim these things. Claim these things. Oh, yeah. Let's change this key. Ghostbuster song that says, who you gonna call? Ghostbuster. No, I ain't gonna be singing that song to you all, no sir. But it just reminds me about what I was talking about. Sometimes you wanna scream, sometimes you wanna shout. You can't find what you're looking for. You can't find it in your house, in the store. Every time you're gonna feel that way, you know what you gonna say. St. Daniel, help me find it, please. Oh, the parking lot, help me find my key. I'm down and feeling kind of low. And I just want everything in my life to go away. I just need a little rest and relaxation. I don't want much, just up in the sky, or maybe down below the earth. You're gonna talk situation. Saint Daniel, Saint Daniel, Saint Daniel, Saint Daniel of the park in love. Tell everyone you see, have your game. I don't even know what I was going to say. He ain't no deity, but I'm still filled with the Spirit. Oh, Sean said it's gonna be a good day, and I'm here. Saint Daniel, oh, the parking lot. Help me find that trivial thing, the one I wanna learn. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Say stop, be Lord. You know that I can't stop. Once I found out the answer to my question, yes, stop, be Lord. You know I like you a lot. I'm caught up in the frenzy of the situation. I picture everyone dancing in the street. You know it's cool, it feels so sweet. I'm gonna tell ya, I don't feel the heat even though it's a hot, hot day. Give me a drink of water. I spill my coffee all over the floor. Oh yeah, I don't have a daughter. Oh, ain't what I'm looking for. I had enough with kids. I don't want the headache. But everyone want me to babysit under a little tight J. Yeah, yeah. I'm screaming uncontrollably. Yeah, all feeling good to me. Saint Daniel, Saint Daniel, you was a man, that's all you were. Not the son of God, not nothing, but you found your gift, yes sir. You turned it into something. Now you're up there looking down. You spread your joy all around. You're gonna help me today, I just can't feel it. You're gonna help me today, you know I can feel it. The feeling's real, it's real. The feeling's real, I wanna steal a little bit of your certainty. I know you can't do it, but baby, I know you can do it for me. All I gotta do is help somebody. All I gotta do is help somebody else, even if it means taking care of their bratty kid. You know I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say I did. Next time, it's gonna be the truth. Next time, I will sacrifice it too. Pull it out with my pliers. It's not something that I want to do. It's not my heart desire. I don't like to feel pain. I don't like to feel sorrow. I will remain here until tomorrow. I'll be a better man. For you, Saint Daniel, I'll become a better man. Because of you, I finally see the plan. I don't have to be a big shot. I don't have to be the boss. They tell you not to cry over spilled milk. I just taught you how to sing over spilled coffee. That's the whole purpose of St. Daniel of the parking lot. When you are not attached, to steal from the Buddhists, they say life is suffering because of attachment. When you're not, and I'm just going to steal it. I'm not a Buddhist, but I agree. But I agree when you're attached to something like I've been attached to coffee, you just start. There was times when I would cuss and flail my hands and drive off the road if I was in the car, because I've spilled coffee in the car. Drive off the road, get out, stamp my feet, look at my pants. It looked like I have something else wet in my pants beside the hot coffee. And I've become embarrassed with my anger and embarrassed with myself. Now it's just, I need some help. I need some help. I used to think, man, what kind of idiot? You can't even drink coffee by yourself. You can't even control that. Can't even control your drinking ability. You know, it's not like liquor. I never could control that. But it's like coffee? Come on. But I would be ashamed. I would be ashamed of myself. Now I know everybody has this happen to them. Everybody has it happen to them. Everyone. I'm not alone. It happens to everybody. To the person I like the most, to the person I dislike the most, the person I love, to the person I hate. They all spill their coffee. They all misplace their keys. They all would like to park in a place closer to their destination. They all would like these things to happen. But a lot of times it doesn't. A lot of times they spill the coffee. It's life, baby. It's alive. It's alive. And that's what we do. We come here and celebrate life. I don't care what God you believe in. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care if you don't believe in God. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care your political affiliation. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about what you do with your personal life as long as, if you're going to be mean, you leave me alone. If you're going to be nice, you engage in some gentle, inspiring, maybe sometimes purgative. I guess that's a word. I mean to purge, not to commit perjury, to purge. That's another story. That's not a St. Daniel story. That's my story, so I won't go into it. My lawyers also told me not to get caught up in, legal matters that have not been finalized. So, nothing about perjury, but about purging yourself of the idea that you should be embarrassed because you made a mistake. I just want to correct it. I just want to help you correct it. That's what we do here. And this is why we stress, you don't have to be a god. You don't have to be a hero to correct a mistake. You don't have to be a god. You don't have to be a hero. You don't have to think of yourself as a zero to get good parking. I know I'm going on and on about this, but it's important to me. And I don't want to spill anything else, but I'm going to grab something here. It's going to be quicker than usual because it's like I can't even see the scripture. I can't even read the words. It looks like it's all upside down to me. But it's right side up to you. And it's all upside down to me. And I never was good at reading upside down. Though, if Joe Fingas does come here on Friday, like I understand he will come in here on Friday, then maybe he will tell you the story of how he learned to read upside down. Maybe he would tell you that story. Maybe. It's a good story. I think that I learned something from it. I learned about, well, anyway, I'm going to let you make your decision for yourself. Because when I leave here, I want to be able to have convenient parking. And just because I am the preacher for St. Daniel of the parking lot, for the Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints, though I am not only the minister, I'm the one who created this church in honor of St. Daniel. It's just a humble honor. It's a homage, like we give to people who mean a lot to us, like what I've been reading about Norman MacDonald. What a great, funny man. And he passed away without telling anybody he was sick. And he wanted it that way. And it was right and just for those people who knew his secret not to blab it out. But he was funny. He was funny, and he continues to be funny. And I'm sure St. Daniel of the parking lot is going to seek him out so they can sit around and tell stories all. I mean, what is it? I was going to say all day, all night. It's infinite. All. They're going to sit down and tell stories all the time. There's no such thing as time up there. Infinite. There's no time. This is a construct by which we come to understand we are limited here, and we better, do something to be nice. So here we go. It's time for a collection, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the collection. I forgot to say something. When it comes time for collection, we do not have envelopes. We do not have baskets. It doesn't matter if you tip Joe Fingas on the screen. That's the agreement we have with Joe Fingas' production company, or whatever he chooses to call it. Afterlife Studios is affiliated with Joe Fingas, but it is not Joe Fingas. Afterlife Studios is its own entity, and that's run by Sean Williams. And I would suggest you get in contact with that gentleman if you have any kind of video recording or musical historical markers you want to have done. I do not know how to call it, because St. Daniel never wrote a letter to Sean Williams. Not yet. He might. He might transfer it to me. But check them out. And really, if you want to continue to be part of this church, subscribe. Subscribe to the Real Joe Fingas Show, because it's like Walmart in a smaller way. I go to Walmart because I have to. I come here and record because my agreement with Joe Fingas makes the price right. So, I have to bargain with the devil sometimes. And if you would have saw Joe Fingas this morning, his horns were up. He was the devil incarnate. I hope he calms down by Friday. And I hope he hears that I say, please subscribe to the Real Joe Fingas Show. The Real Joe Fingas Show. And then you will get the other show, Church of St. Daniel of Parking Lot Saints, with the guy who's last in line. The guy right here. You may call me a Pharisee, but I'm a humble Pharisee. Whatever that means. It's an oxymoron, but I'm no moron. I made a pastor joke, a reverend joke. I'm no moron. But anyway, it's time for the collection. If you want to tip Joe Fingas, that's okay. PayPal at jfingas. Go ahead and do that. It's on the screen. If you want to tip him, fine. He gets the money. We don't get the money. But the collection plate, here we go. Here we are, if you believe. If you believe when it's time for someone to help you find or something, or when you're wishing that you could find a parking lot, please understand that there is one surefire way to do this. If you are humble of heart, if you are willing and you have the desire to help other people, whenever and wherever you can, and you need a parking spot, you need to find your keys, you need to find your comb, you need to find that towel to soak up the coffee that's spilled on the floor. If you need those things, you don't know where they are now, and you're humble of heart, and you took that ego and you put it in the trunk with the other bodies. It's just piling up in the back of the trunk with all those ego bodies piling up in the trunk. Where it's starting to get rank, and you know you need to bury them somewhere. Then you dig down in your pocket and you look in your wallet or wherever you keep your money, or you take that card and you take that card and you take that money and you get all of it and you give it. You give it away. You give it to someone else. You don't give it to this church. You don't have to give it all away. Give some of it where the person needs some help. It's kind of like a variation on pay it forward, but with the spiritual angle. That had a spiritual angle too, but, you know, they made that movie and nobody watches it anymore because of a certain actor. So we're going to jump on that bandwagon right now, and we are going to, ladies. See, I got down into my roots. We are going to, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to help everyone we can help for the one reason and one reason only. It will help us have better parking. So with that, I'm going to spot for me. I don't have that many problems, I just have my needs. Please, Daniel, please. Please, Daniel, please. I'm down on my knees. I'm enslaved, but I want to be free from the ego that infests me. Find a parking spot for me. I know nothing in this world is free, but you're not from this world. And I agree to the terms in the contract we have made, and I expect nothing from you. So please, Daniel, please, find a parking spot for me. Oh yeah, I have my needs. Say, Daniel of the parking lot, help me find a parking spot. Is you in